Juan and Veronica, and this is the flip side. What is the flip side? Should we just say it like that?
Yeah. What is the flip side?
What is the flip side? So the flip side is Flippin Rustic's podcast, and we're excited because this is the first episode, and I don't know what else to say.
So I guess we're going to be using this to kind of look back into situations or builds that we've done in the past and kind of dissect them in some occasions, and we discuss about our lives. As you guys know,
Oh, you have your
we're
pants
the
on
owners
good.
of Flippin Rustic. This is our little guy, Mateo. Since it is the flip side, this should also be work related as family is related. So this is how as real as gonna get.
Yes. So the flip side is the other side of Flippin Rustic, the other side of Juan and Veronica. So you're gonna see a lot of our personal side of it, the issues that we run into, what happens during Flippin Rustic, working time or off time, and it'll be fun.
Mateo needs his chair.
Where you
going with this?
Where you going, broski?
Oh, that way you're gonna be too close. Let's go.
All right, that's
Get
it.
your shoes.
That's it.
No.
I'm done.
No.
Then get out of there.
I'm gonna count to 1 million.
Okay, so this is the hardest thing.
This is the hardest thing, but this is the flip side.
Mateo.
This is the flip side. What? Could we hire a babysitter and watch them somewhere? Could we have had the
I thought we
neighbor
could
from across the
handle
street?
that. I thought we
Could we have the neighbor
You
from
know
across
what?
the street
Yes,
and watch
we
them?
knew that we were gonna
could
do this
have. Which
podcast.
I told you from
We
the
should have
beginning.
hired a babysitter.
Take him. You're like, nah. Let me in. But it's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Flippin Rustic started. My wife always wanted to start a company. Us together to do something together, so we could establish something,
I wanna show you
create
magic.
something,
I'll show
and
you
then have a
magic.
family and
I'm
You know,
show you magic.
have more free time and stuff like that. And
Bubsy, Bubsy, Bubsy.
so we decided to start Flippin Rustic. Flippin Rustic was
Bubsy, Bubsy,
well, still is handcrafted, but back then it was handcrafted jewelry that she was creating, as well as candles. And as the business grew, so did we. So did Flippin Rustic, and so did our lives.
So, like Juan said, I always wanted to have a business. Like both of us, I wanted to have some type of, and I didn't have any idea what could be, what industry or nothing, but something that we could both do. And then so we came out with Flippin Rustic, maybe eventually to flip furniture, but so that was the name, how we came up with the name. And then it started, okay, so this is what it's gonna be. We already knew, okay, it's gonna be Flippin Rustic, we're gonna be flipping furniture, and then but then we didn't get furniture right away. I was like, okay, well, we have the name. I started doing logos, came up with the logo. I opened an Etsy shop, and then I started selling earrings out of nowhere, jewelry, handmade jewelry. And that's how I started, and I used the name because I already had the name.
Candles.
Then I started making candles. Then that year, you gave me a silhouette machine, and I gave you a table saw, and that's how we started making signs.
Yeah.
I was doing the stencils, and you were cutting them and doing small woodworking pieces, arrows, flags. You started making the flags.
That did pretty well.
Yes.
I did good.
And we started selling through Opera,
Marketplace.
Facebook, Marketplace, all that stuff. And then eventually people started asking for furniture pieces, side tables and stuff like that. Yes.
If you guys are pretty interested in starting your own woodworking company, we just gave you the
I
formula.
don't have enough
Most people think when they start their own business that they're going to have a lot of free time, which was one of the things that we thought in the beginning. And unfortunately, that's not the case. It's not the case all the time. It's not. But well, once you get to a certain point where there are people in places that take your place for doing certain things, it'll free up a little bit more of your time. And as your business grows, you'll figure out how to maneuver and go through there. I typically, this sounds very irresponsible of me, but I try to play hooky at least once a month, and it's just it's just something. I'll just come to the shop one day. She'll be in the office, and I'm just like, let's play hooky, because like it's mentally stressful. It's 24 hours a day. When I go do a job today and I leave that job, I'm still thinking about, okay, what I need to do tomorrow, how am I going to do tomorrow, what's the best solution? And it's 24 hours. When I get home, I have to give a lot of credit to her, you know what I mean? She does an amazing job with this little guy.
Give me apple juice.
Yes.
Apple juice.
Let's
You want to go get it from the tree? We'll get the trees and we'll give you some 100% natural apple juice. And people don't understand that. And there's sometimes, especially in the beginning stages of your company, your foundation is the key soul of your company, and you're gonna have some up and downs, and sometimes you have to work harder than the employees you get, and then sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? We've been extremely blessed for a while to have a really good. We have our turnaround and stuff like that, but we maintain a good team, and our teams, hold his employees been with us for over 4 years. But it's just everything has to be synchronized. If something's off, and I'm not a planner. Which you are.
Definitely not. No.
No. I am a little disorganized, but in my disorganization, I have a solution to that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's
just
your
people don't know.
Disorganization you have, you know where your mess is.
Yeah, I know, pretty much. Yeah, thank you. But like mine, you know what I mean? I have issues that arise, things that happen, and I don't, I'll be a little bit more efficiency if I write things down, but I don't. But she write things down, and things still happen. Yes. You still make mistakes.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily.
But you mitigate those issues. Maybe there could have been more. I know there could have been a lot more problems if I don't write my stuff, because I will forget everything.
So I know there would be no problems if I write everything down.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's just not me. I like that fast pace. I like.
Yes, that's
being 24 hours a day. It's just kind of, you know what I mean. My mom's the same way. My mom.
Yes. So my reason so it started as hobbies. Like, we were doing everything that we said, and then I was working full time. And you were the one who were pushing me always to be like, okay, let's take this full time. Let's take Flippin Rustic full time. And I didn't want to, because I had a set paycheck, and I just didn't want to take the leap of faith until I got pregnant.
Because it is scary.
It is scary. It was scary. Not having a steady paycheck.
Well, that's it. Just
not having a steady paycheck. Not knowing, okay, are we gonna make money, or are we gonna how are we gonna pay our bills? You are more of the risk taker, and I was, okay, I have a steady paycheck, I can do this part-time, but it was getting to the point that we couldn't handle it. And then it was Mateo. When we had Mateo got super sick, and then it was just a time, okay, then I need to work for Flippin Rustic full time, so I could have more time and then be with Mateo, which it allowed me to be more with him, but it was really stressful. I think that was the most stressful time of my life, working and be a first-time mom and having a newborn.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not that's a very common problem. I'm sure you're not the only person
Yeah.
that goes through that, and a lot of the times we don't see that. Like, we don't know what a person's going through. You know, we can put a good smile, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, we're humans.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the reason why I took the leap of faith, and we did pretty well after that.
I think so.
We weren't worried. I mean, my worries went away.
Well, they're still there. You know what I mean?
Yes, there are other worries,
Yeah.
but not the reason why I didn't want to start. Like, oh, I'm not gonna have a steady paycheck. Yes, it's hard sometimes, but it's manageable.
Yeah, and that was in the early stages. Or in the early stages, is definitely stressful. You know, but as time goes by, and you start establishing, you know what I mean, whatever it is, whatever company you do, for a long period of time, you know what I mean, in the beginning stages, you have to give it your all. And for a while, some companies take off like this, and some companies take years to blossom into something beautiful.
Yeah, and we did everything ourselves. Marketing, like from Facebook, Instagram. That was our main
I think that was
sale.
But I wouldn't say, you know what I mean, all that. I would say the ability of us learning stuff quickly allowed us to get to where we wanted to go. You know,
If it
does that
wasn't
make sense?
because you looked at YouTube, you know, we wouldn't be here because you decided to learn from YouTube. All your woodworking skills.
Yeah. No, and everything. Your Instagram, you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, I'm saying, but that's how it started. Because I would have just stayed maybe doing the flipping furniture because I wouldn't have to be building everything. I wouldn't have to be building anything. I would just have to flip furniture. Maybe that's where I would. But the reason was to start together. So I was glad that you decided to learn that skill and like it.
No, what I'm saying, even you, like media, social media. You didn't know anything about social media.
I had to learn.
How did you learn that?
I had to do the website.
How did you learn that?
And YouTubing. But you know what? Ironically, I don't like watching YouTube videos. I like to read about it, like the instructions.
Okay.
Yes, that's all I didn't really
Then people have different ways of learning, but what I'm saying is, it was your will to do it because you wanted to get it done.
Facebook, website, blogs, newsletter, and a little bit of everything. I'm not an expert in anything.
No.
So I had to learn a little bit of each thing.
How many times have you felt like quitting though?
Oh.
Last week. No, Just kidding. That was. Now that I'm looking at that, like the way you're putting it out there, like hell yeah.
Yes.
Like
so usually people open their business.
Like we both
right?
should have been scared.
So somebody is a lawyer or graduated being a lawyer, right?
They're gonna open a lawyer firm.
They don't usually. They usually worked or had their.
No. What I'm trying to say, they would open a law firm because they're lawyers.
Exactly.
But we never knew anything about woodworking or anything, and we just opened one.
Well, let's just open something that we have no idea.
Pretty much.
Yes. So that was
like, I was hitting the bullseye.
Yeah, and I like it to be bigger. I want to get into more of the business.
Correct, but
construction side of it.
The way from where we were to where we are now, Flippin Rustic has grown
dramatically.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm starting. Maybe because there's 2 cameras in front of my face and lights all over the place. I feel like I'm just waking up in an alien spaceship and they're trying to take away from me. But
no ice cream came out this time.
Why?
Okay, if you stay in your room, I'll get you ice cream. Okay, stay in your room, and when we're done, I'll give you one. Thank you. Okay, please. You gotta stay in your room. Si no, no hay torta.
that kid has us trained. Mateo has us trained.
It just ended
yeah. So, what was I saying? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought.
So that we started something that we had no idea.
Yeah, that was intense. Now looking back at it, I was like, wow.
Yeah, so somebody asked us.
We literally
5 years ago, did you ever think that you were going to be where you're at now? And
I asked you that the other day.
and we're like, no.
Yeah,
No, I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If we were to look back 5 years ago where we're at now, I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'll be extremely happy, you know.
Yeah.
And then just look at that.
And it's
15.
not about the amount of money that
15.
you're making, because we don't make a lot of money. We don't make money like that.
Your Flippin Rustic doesn't, but my OnlyFans does.
But it's about the amount of time that we have, or I don't know. I don't mind working like all day in Flippin Rustic. Like I just want to.
The funny part
we
is,
have a lot of
in the beginning, I was a
sometimes.
workaholic. In the beginning, I was a workaholic.
Yes.
I worked nonstop
Yes.
all the time, and now I feel like
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
But I wasn't working. I was working at somewhere else.
yeah. No, but what I mean to say in general, like you didn't get off your other job and worked on Flippin Rustic at night.
No.
No, you know what I mean. I woke up early in the morning. I worked Flippin Rustic during the day. I went. You know what I'm trying to say is.
Yes, you worked a lot.
And now you want to work a lot.
Yeah, and you worked because you wanted to work a lot. And now I feel like I want to work a lot.
Yes.
Now you.
So it's giving us a break.
Worked out.
It does burn me out.
Yeah.
I am burned out, of course. I would probably say I've cut in probably hundreds of thousands of miles of plywood. My lungs are probably like sandpaper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm getting shorter.
What? But yeah, so that was the flip side. That was the flip side of how it started. I don't think a lot of people know that. They know a little bit about, okay, it started with furniture, with jewelry, blah blah blah, and but not a lot of people know like how. Oh, and there was tons of shit that happened here. Like, we went to the hospital like a few times for breathing dust in our lungs, because we were building here, we were sanding here in our living room. Mateo got stained all over. Remember, he spilled it all over him
when we were standing outside.
Yes, we were standing outside. Mateo spilled a can of stain all over him.
Wax, brand new can.
Yes.
Dude, we look back, and he was just brown as his whole. I think you got a picture somewhere.
Yeah.
I think we need to put that picture up somewhere.
Yes. There was one time that we were staying in one piece here in this living room, and I don't know how, maybe you or me or somebody knocked down and we were gonna deliver it the next day. We were just finishing out, wrapping it up, and we spilled a can of stain all over it, and we had to stay up all night to fix it. It was another time that we cracked a glass, and we had to deliver the next day for a barn door. Here, we cracked it. And then we had, or something, the frame, I don't know, but we had to stay up all night too to fix it.
When you gotta do it, you gotta do it.
Yeah. So this is what the flip side is about. Just another side of us. Things that we've gone through. Just our life, about Flippin Rustic's life. That's the flip side.
That is the flip side. And another thing that I would like to also do is bring different professionals, you know,
Yes.
that it's in our industry, or not necessarily being in our industry, or just being young
Experts.
people, or doing something, or, you know, being established in their lives. And we'll bring a different couple people, you know.
Other companies that do the same things, the things that they go through, people that we work with, interior designers, contractors, their point of view. That's something that we also want to do. Interview them. Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool. And it'll be just not necessarily, like I said, in our field. To also be in different type of fields that we would probably believe that it would be beneficial. You know what I mean, to our viewers. And that's kind of, and there goes the zombie again.
Here comes the zombie.
This guy. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Hope you guys like it. We will see you on the flip side.
Yeah.
You flip side.
Say, we will see you on the flip side.
We'll see you on the flip side. Stop winning.
No, I know. Awesome. Great job.
But get my ice cream.
I'll get a fist bump.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm gonna give you something later.
I want the.
Yeah,
Something like that.
but we will be like sitting next to each other.
You guys want to sit next to each other?
See, but
Yeah.
the thing is, he'll have to rearrange everything.
Not wildly.
He's like, you motherfucker. Mateo, you're naked.
You're naked.
You're naked in the camera. Oh my God, there's camera. Look, puppy, go put some clothes on. Go put some clothes on.
This is for people to know if they should watch our podcast or not. So we gotta tell them what is it about. Essentially, this podcast.
What would you like it to be about?
I wanted it to be. I was explaining Brody. I wanted it to be the other side of Flippin Rustic. That's why it's called the Flipside. Because I wanted it to show, first of all, our other side, like our personal side of it, who we are, what we are.
Not so personal.